Area and circumference of circles questions. So in this first example, we're looking at a circle where we've given the radius of 5 centimetres. To find the area, we use the formula area equals pi r squared. We know that the radius is 5, so we're going to do area equals pi times 5 squared, which is pi times 25. We get the answer to this by typing it into our calculator, and we're going to get 78.539, and it goes on. We can round this to 78.5 centimetres squared to 1 decimal place, and that is our area. To look at the circumference, we do C equals pi d. You need to remember these and remember the difference between them. Now, we don't have the diameter, we have the radius, but our diameter will be 2 times the radius, so it's just 10. So we substitute into our formula, and we now have C equals pi times 10. And we put that into our calculator, and we get that our circumference is going to be 31.4159, which we can round to 31.4 to 1 decimal place, and that one would be centimetres. Okay, we're now going to look at an example where we've got an area and we're going to work backwards to find the circumference. So the same thing again, our area is going to be pi r squared. We can rearrange this to make our area over pi, which will give us the radius squared. If we substitute in the 200 that we've been given for our area, we divide that by pi, and that will give us our radius squared, which is 63.661, and it goes on. We square root that value to give us our radius of 7.978. We are then going to find the circumference by substituting that radius into the formula C equals pi d. Again, we've got a diameter, but we've been given a radius, so we need to double our radius, which is 15.9, and multiply that by pi to get our circumference. We end up with a value of 50.13 centimetres. In the last example, we have given a semicircle with a diameter of 20 centimetres, and we are looking to find the area and perimeter of the semicircle. It's no longer a circumference because it's not a full circle. So to find the area of the circle, we would use the pi r squared, but in this instance we're only looking for the area of the semicircle. So that's going to be pi r squared, and then divide that by 2 to find half of the circle. Our radius is half our diameter, which is 10. And we end up with pi times 10 centimetres squared, and then that is going to be divided by 2. We're going to get an answer of 157 centimetres squared. Looking at the perimeter now, we use our circumference of our circle, which is going to be pi d, but we obviously want the perimeter of the semicircle. So we're going to half that pi d and then add on one more diameter. I've shown you the diameter that we're adding on by using a wiggly line on my diagram. So we're going to use pi times 10, which is our diameter, divide that by 2, and then add on that further 10, which is that extra edge, and we get an answer of 25.7 centimetres. It's important to make sure that when you're looking at the perimeter or a circumference, you've got centimetres in your answer, and when you're looking at any kind of areas, you've got centimetres squared or whatever units you are using squared.